The King and other members of the royal family, including the Prince and Princess of Wales, have rolled out the red carpet for the French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Bridget as they are visiting the UK on a 3-day state visit, the first day of which being today, Tuesday, and King Charles and Queen Camilla are hosting the Macrons in Windsor, where crowds have cheered, a carriage procession, and there have been other displays of pomp and pageantry, the thing we do so well. Macron has also been taken around some royal artefacts that he really seemed to enjoy, as well as giving a speech to the British Parliament, and there will be a state banquet as well. They were greeted by Prince William and Catherine the Princess of Wales as they touched down at RAF Northolt. And this is also a crucial moment for UK-France relations, and of course one of the major issues that the Prime Minister will be discussing with the French President, and which formed part of his speech to Parliament indeed, was addressing the small boats issue crossing the Channel, with Macron telling Parliament that the UK and France have a duty to firmly tackle illegal migration. But that isn't what I wanted to cover in this video. I will be covering the royal aspect of this visit. So I will have been putting up in the background some amazing pictures and videos from the first day of this state visit, and I'll play some videos with the audio on in a moment because of course we have to have the audio for the pomp and pageantry. It's amazing. There are some really nice pictures of King Charles greeting them, Queen Camilla in this lovely green outfit, Bridget in white, and the King and the President in suits. Really nice moments here, lots of smiles going around. Always nice to have our French partners and friends over. The King and Queen and their guests then reviewed the Guard of Honour at the historic grounds of Windsor Castle before President Macron and King Charles then personally inspected the guardsmen who was stood out on the green, and there's some really cool pictures from this as well. Catherine the Princess of Wales also took part in the welcoming procession in Windsor Castle after she had to pull out of some previous events because she's finding that right balance, but she looked amazing today. I believe it's a Dior outfit, I think I read somewhere, but she looks really cool in this outfit, really nice, and a lovely hat. Prince William looking great as always as well, still sporting that beard. And the preparations for this visit were in full swing since early morning today on Tuesday, where the main events were taking place in Windsor, and the well-wishers who were there also greeted the French presidential couple by waving the French flag as well, and the UK and French flags have been flying all around Windsor, up and down the streets as well. These kind of vertical banner versions of the flags flying around Windsor. As I said, the King and the President also viewed items on display at the Royal Collection exhibition at Windsor Castle, including a copy of Comedies, Histories and Tragedies, London 1632 by William Shakespeare, and in the afternoon the Macrons also took a tour of Westminster Abbey, where the French President placed a wreath at the tomb of the unknown warrior, and of course gave that speech that I mentioned earlier. So now I'll play some clips with the audio on, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it afterwards. Some amazing clips there, and I wanted to talk quickly about why the King is hosting the Macrons at Windsor Castle rather than Buckingham Palace, and it's all to do with logistics. This was actually explained by the King's team on social media, previously saying that the state visit from France would be hosted at Windsor Castle due to the Buckingham Palace resurfacing programme, as the royal residence is amid an ongoing refurbishment, of course, that is being undertaken since 2017 and is due to wrap up in 2027, not long now, with an overhaul of the building's infrastructure being completed in phased stages. So the royal family's website said that the palace will remain occupied and fully operational for the duration, though it's notable that King Charles is not hosting the state visit there because of the logistics of it all. So Windsor Castle actually hasn't hosted a state visit in over a decade after the President of Ireland back in 2014, I think it was, and now 11 years later we're having the French president here. The Macrons are staying at Windsor Castle during their trip, and it was long on the royal calendar that they would actually stay here, as the palace revealed this state visit when it was announced in May. So I just wanted to clear that up. I've seen a lot of people wondering why it wasn't taking place in Buckingham Palace, and that is why. It's essentially all about logistics. It also meant that the Prince and Princess of Wales wouldn't have to travel very far from home to attend events, because they also live on the grounds of Windsor Castle at Adelaide Cottage with their 3 children, who are out of the classroom for the summer break. So really nice to see that the Prince and Princess of Wales will be there, and we'll be seeing the Princess of Wales at the state banquet as well, which will be lovely to see. Another notable thing that's happening is that the Bayeux Tapestry is actually coming over to the UK. It's been loaned out to the British Museum, and it's coming back to the UK for the first time in 900 years. It was believed to be made in Kent, and then it was taken over to France, so the Normans, and they have displayed it for a while now in France, and it's never actually returned to the UK. So after nearly a millennium, it's coming back to be displayed in the British Museum. So that will be amazing to see. I've personally been to see it in Normandy. It's really, really impressive. It's a very dark experience. You go in because they don't want to damage the tapestry, of course, but it's really, really impressive. So definitely go and check that out if you want to while it's in the UK. And yeah, just thought I'd mention that as well. Very, very cool. So that about wraps up the first day of Macrons and Bridget Macron's here state visit to the UK, with an impressive carriage procession, the inspecting of the guard, the laying the wreath at the tomb, a speech to the UK Parliament, and other events to come as well over the next 2 days. It's a 3-day state visit in total, so it'll be Tuesday to Thursday, and I can't wait to see what they get up to for the rest of the days. And also amazing to see the Princess of Wales again for another royal engagement. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.